Part 2 of acids and bases, where we'll be looking at each different type of reaction. The first reaction that we'll be looking at is a metal plus an acid will always give you salt plus hydrogen. Take this one for example, you got Cu plus HCl will give you CuCl2 plus H2. CuCl2, which is copper chloride, is the salt, and this is just hydrogen. However, this equation isn't balanced, so you need to balance it. If you take a look, Cu is plus 2 on the periodic table, and Cl is minus 1. So you need two Cl's to make it minus 2, and they cancel out, thus you balance. You balance it here. The next one, Mg plus HNO3, which goes to Mg brackets NO3, 2 plus H2. This is the salt and this is the hydrogen. However, you need to balance it. Mg is plus 2 on the periodic table, and NO3 is a radical. It's minus 1. So you need two NO3s to make minus 2, which cancels out, and you balance it here. These are some of the main questions when in an exam situation. These are the applications. So they could ask, how do you know that something is a gas? You say that there are bubbles formed. And sometimes they ask, how do you trap gas? You trap gas with a syringe. How to test for hydrogen? You use a burning splint and it will make a pop sound. The next one we'll be looking at is metal oxide plus an acid, which will always give you salt and water. The first example, MgO plus H2SO4, will give you MgSO4 plus H2O. This is the salt and this is the water. In this case, magnesium is plus 2 on the periodic table, and SO4 is minus 2. It's a radical, so you need to know them. It cancels out, so this is balanced. An application question is, how do you get the salt only? So, and simple answer for this is you have to evaporate the water, thus only the salt will be left. The third one we'll be doing is an acid plus a base will give you a salt and a water. Take this, NaOH plus HCl will give you NaCl plus H2O. NaOH being the base, HCl, the acid, will give you the salts and the water. For general information, NaCl is actually table salt, which we use in cooking. You have Na plus 1 here, Cl minus 1 here, it cancels out. Thus, neutralization. There's a special technique we use, which is called titration when dealing with an acid and base. And there's a special formula that we use, which is here, and it gets given on the data sheet. The fourth one, methyl carbonate plus an acid will give you salt plus water plus carbon dioxide. Here is an example, Na2CO3 plus 2 HCl into 2 NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. So the trick in this, you have to identify the methyl carbonate. And if you identify the methyl carbonate, you will know that you always have H2O and CO2 as a product. So you take out everything, and what you're left with is the salt. Now, this wasn't balanced, and you have to balance it. So I want you to try yourself using the periodic table here. This is not really a reaction by itself. However, I did want to do it because it is a very common exam or test question. So you start off with a weak acid plus a base will always give you a salt and a water. This is the same weak acid. This is 3 different bases, and this is the salt. Here's the water. The first one is sodium acetate, calcium acetate, and ammonium acetate is the last one. Please by heart this will really be helpful.